Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope for March 2020. It's a pleasure to be with you today. From the 16th of February until the 9th of March, Mercury, the communication planet, is in retrograde. So it seems to be going backwards and it causes issues with communication, obviously. So conversations you have with friends and family are misconstrued, or the plane doesn't arrive on time, or the tickets misspell your name, whatever it is. It retrogrades back into Aquarius on the 5th in your 4th house of family. So be careful from the 5th of March until the 9th of March when the planet goes direct. Be careful with what you say to family members, and especially if it's, I was only trying to help, because it can blow up in your face and backfire. So only give advice when it's asked for. Don't give unsolicited advice between the 5th and the 9th. It'll save you some heartache. On the 16th, Mercury moves into Pisces again. So from the 16th onwards, it's in a water sign, so it feels really comfortable. It hasn't felt comfortable in this retrograde because, yes, it is in a water sign, but it is retrograde. It goes into an air sign and then it goes into a water sign again. So you'll find it much easier from the 9th when Mercury goes direct with family and being of service and being with other people. But really from the 16th, you're really in touch with your feelings and you can really have relationships that are romantic and intimate and loving. On the 5th of March, Venus also goes into Taurus, the sign that she rules, and she's able to express her love physically in Taurus, and she's in your 7th house of relationship. Remember that Mercury is in retrograde until the 9th. So love, if you're single and looking for love, from the 9th until the end of the month is an amazing time. And it's a miracle. Uranus sits on top of it, 3 degrees in Taurus, on top of Venus, that is, in your 7th house of relationship. And the unexpected, the chaotic, the miraculous can happen in your love life. So if you've been single for 17 years and you're like, it's not going to happen, it may happen even if you're not willing. The month is all about other people for you, so you can't kind of keep to yourself. You'll find yourself really engaging. On the 9th of March, we have the full moon in Virgo. I'll make a separate video on this, but for you guys, Scorpio, what you need to know is that it happens in your 11th house. So you're really able to go back and to say, what is it that I want to do? What is my real goal when it comes to work and love and health? What am I doing? And you become crystal clear in terms of your priorities. And it's something that's given to you. There's a mystic rectangle in the chart. So it's something that's directly delivered from the universe. So use that clarity to get rid of the stuff that just wastes your time and your energy and focus on the things that you want to do. You see, like, for instance, if you start working for Barclays, okay, the bank, and you want to be the head of Barclays immediately, but you get a job which is like a sales job, then you've still got the plan, but you're in a position that you don't want to be in. And you forget, some people then forget about the dream and get stuck in that sales job, for example. This full moon is going to remind you of what you're actually doing, and that will last until the 20th. So you're going to naturally be vigilant of yourself, and that's great. If you have negative ideas, don't let them in, out. Remember that your life is a reflection of what's going on in your head. If it's sunny and the beach and no clouds on the horizon, then your life is going to look like that. If it's a hurricane and a storm and nightmares and negativity, then your life will look like that. And it's so unfair, but that's what happens. That's why the rich get richer and the poor poorer, because it's the law of attraction at work. So you're really going to be able to understand yourself. On the 20th, we have the spring equinox and the sun going into Aries. So that's wonderful, because now spring is here at the end of March, I think on the 29th, in the UK anyway. The clocks are changing. They go forward by an hour, so the days become much longer. The sun, though, sits in your 6th house next to Chiron. And from the 20th onwards, I wouldn't start a new business, or I wouldn't go and make myself independent from the 20th until the end of March, because you're likely to get hurt in that area. Focus on your relationships and communicate with yourself about work. From the 9th to the 20th, that's ideal. On the 24th of March, we have the new moon. And the new moon happens in Aries in your 6th house. We also have Chiron and the transiting midheaven sitting there now. So again, if you take independent action in your work, you're likely to gallop off in the wrong direction. So all of this understanding, you're like, okay, I've understood everything. Now I'm putting it into practice. Why isn't it working? It's not working because the timing is off. You're meant to let this knowledge from the 9th until the 20th absorb it and digest it and think about it first and sit on it for a while and then act, rather than instantly, quick fixes. No. Wait a little bit, but don't rush things. Don't be the Knight of Swords and rush into things before thinking them through properly. Finally, on the 31st of March, we've got Mars moving into Aquarius in your 4th house of family. And it sits there with Saturn. Mars says, let's make family amazing and fun and let me get them presents. And Saturn says, let's just keep everything as it is. Everything's good and fine. And it is good and fine in your family. So if you have the extra cash and you want to give people gifts just because, or you want to invite them for lunch, or you want to give them something of yourself. If you want to throw a party because no one's got together in the family for 5 years and you decide to do it, you have the ability to do it. You're the authority figure. So you can become the patriarch or the matriarch today. Have a wonderful month. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com, and order your personal reading with me there. In my personal readings, I can answer any questions you have. If you like this video, then please hit the subscribe button and share it online. That'd be awesome to let the channel grow and for other people to see these horoscopes. If you also want to watch the horoscope for your rising sign and your moon sign, go ahead. This is for the sun sign first, and it's in that order. So sun first, then rising, and then the moon. Have a wonderful March, and I'll speak to you next month.